Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I will teach you something which is kinda interesting and will surely test your patience. I know you're a little bit hyped, so without further ado, let's just get started. So in today's activity, we will going to do the straight through and the crossover of Ethernet cable.
We will be needing a crimping tool as well as any sharp cutting material will also do. It can be used in cutting the cover of the wires of the UTP cable. It is also used to lock and finalize your work. UTP cables are widely used in the computer and telecommunications industry as Ethernet cables and telephone wires. In a UTP cable, conductors which form a single circuit are twisted around each other in order to cancel out electromagnetic interference for external sources. RJ45 is a type of connector commonly used for Ethernet networking. The RJ in the RJ45 stands for registered jack. Since it is a standardized networking interface, the 45 simply refers to the number of interface standard. Each RJ45 connector has 8 pins, which means an RJ45 cable contains 8 separate wires. And lastly, the tester, so that at the end, we'll be able to make sure that everything works.
So if you completely have all the materials needed, then you can start.
Untangle or untwist the wirings in the cable and then arrange them according to their colors.
Then if you have already achieved the right arrangement of the colored wiring parts inside the UTP cable, then you'll be able to cut them fairly. It's up to you how long it is, but make sure that you have the right length in order for you to fitly put it in the RJ45.
It is really necessary to arrange them properly and at the same time put it inside the RJ45, which is really compact and is impossible to be moved. During the time that you'll be going to lock it in, whenever you're done and ready for checking it with the tester, reminders, once you lock it in with a crimping tool, you will no longer change the arrangement or grab back the cable that is inserted inside. So before you lock it in, you need to analyze and check it carefully how and what happens to your UTP cable that is inserted in the RJ45. Tips for you to be able to successfully done a straight through and a crossover of UTP cable. If you have seen a shiny-ish thing from all the ends of the different colored parts of the UTP cable by looking outside the RJ45, then it merely means that the 8 of them are fairly and properly cut, giving you a 99.9% chance that all of that will work during the testing time. So, if you've done it right, then it will be easily identified when you have a tester. So it will be shown here if all of the parts of the cable will function by just seeing these numbers from 1 up to 8 that will lit up.
Now that we have successfully done the straight through, we will now proceed to crossover, and we will just follow the same process as well as its materials to be used, but in a different arrangement of colored wiring.
The other end of the UTP cable wiring should be arranged in this order. Just like your regular standard straight through, and the other end should also be arranged in this order. So, if it is already lined up, then we need to cut them fairly. And if we're done cutting it fairly, then we need to push it all the way in so that the insulation of the wires is underneath this plastic edge here. So what's gonna happen when I crimp down on this, it's going to grab onto the insulation and give it strength all the way down.
So now, let's check our work.
So, if you've done it right, then it will be easily identified when you have a tester. So, it will be shown here if all of the parts of the cable will function by just seeing these numbers from 1 up to 8 that will lit up.
If you don't make it right, it's okay. It took me many times before I learned how to do it correctly. And that's all for today. I hope you learned something. This has been Laica with my videographer Frenzcarl Morete. And always remember, doing right makes you bright. Until next time, bye!